Oh, we're currently called Birmingham City FC. Birmingham fans have just about now had enough playing like cowards. There's no risk involved with this team, and people are thinking that maybe, just maybe, the problem lies with the management. How are you all doing? Welcome back to Where Blues Walk. It's 20 minutes of reviewing Birmingham City's week. We're also talking about who should get the October Player of the Month award. We're talking about Halloween and horror shows. What's the worst time you've had watching the Blues? And we're continuing our A to Z of Birmingham City with, of course, the letter D. Hope you are doing well. We've got Jason back with us, fresh back, of course, from Bristol City. Oh, dear. I mean, does the 1-0 paint the story of the game, Jason? Was it as close as that?
I thought we were the better team, but it's the same stuff every time we talk, Mark. It's a lot of the ball, not doing tons with it, and then being easy to play against. I thought we were slightly the better team, but it's clutching at straws as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're here again, aren't we? We'll look at some of the tweets. So SJ says, only Rooney was worse than this guy here. At least Lee and Stevie and John and Aita and Gianfranco and Pep had an excuse. They weren't working with anything at all. This guy's had millions, and he's got us playing like cowards. I can't wait to see the back of him and his staff. Where are you now, Jason? Are you closer to this needs something different?
It's a tricky one for me because I think he's like very close to getting there, but it's how many games does he get to have to figure that out? And there's one thing that really, really frustrates me with Chris Davies. When he first got his job, he spoke about having a way of playing football, etc., etc. But he also said, "I'm not afraid of stepping away from that to win football games. I'll be pragmatic when it comes to winning." And we've not seen that. So that's what's pushing me over the edge. And I just put right here, right now, in terms of our main issues, we're not creating chances. And I don't see how he's going to keep using this way if he wants to play, which he said he's not coming away from, how he's going to use this system to start scoring goals. And but I think he's got a lot of time with this board, especially after the Rooney disaster. I think he's got at least till January, honestly. Not for me, but I think he's got until at least January.
He's got another transfer window, yeah. Okay. That's gonna mean we've got another 12 weeks. Fans' frustrations like this one here. Same old again, Chris. No one takes a risk. There's some serious talent in this squad that are more than capable at this level, but on a tactical level, it is failing. One shot on target again, against what can be said as dreadful opposition against Bristol City. This bit about not taking risks. Where do you see that? Is it mainly the wingers going on and not taking on men? Is it forward passes instead of backward passes? What?
It's all of them. It's overcoached nonsense. And when you get these like cute little passes that you'll find professional footballers play, these like are just so coached to this system that they just don't. The only person who will ever look for a cute little pass is Patrick Roberts. Like I feel every game we play currently, it's always Stansfield will be the one that gets slack, but he makes these lovely little runs all the time, and no one looks for him because we're just overcoached. Okay, there's no gap there. Pass it back, side to side, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, the Roberts thing came up here from Dan. He said, I like Davis and I really hope he figures it out. But again, the subs made us worse. Doyle and Roberts were the best chance of creating anything in this system. Why'd you take them off? Kumas is dire. This pack obsession now needs to stop. He was average in this league before, and he's average now. We'll come back to Kumas in a minute, if that's okay. But yeah, in-game management decisions. We've talked about this before as well, but it doesn't seem to be getting it right.
No, it is. Some of his subs really, really baffle me. And you can spiel all this stuff about managing minutes and stuff like that, but when you're chasing a game and your only creative spark and like again finding these neat little passes is Patrick Roberts, it boggles my brain that he brings him off. Like you have to be running him into the ground currently because he's the only one that's creating anything. Tommy Doyle looks quite tidy, and the Peck obsession needs to stop because he's been pretty poor for a few games now.
Yeah. Let's talk about Kumas a little bit then, if that's okay. Foz says, what's the fascination in Kumas? He offers nothing. He's not going to be here much longer. Shame, because I thought he'd be the one. But no worries, time to move on. Eustace had a better record with a much, a much shitter team. What's your thoughts on Kumas?
I slightly feel for him that whenever he comes on, currently we're chasing a goal and he's having to make something happen. You can still tell he's very raw and very lightweight, and you would have liked better circumstances for him to be able to shine, and unfortunately nothing's going right for us. So the second he does something, like most of the team, to be fair, that you do something wrong, you're going to get it tenfold. And unfortunately, when he has came on the past few games, he's just not been much. I quite like the look of him. You can tell there's a player there, but just not in these circumstances currently. Like he's just not offering much. But there is a player there. It's just unfortunate for him at the moment.
Okay. We also need to quickly chat about the Preston game, of course, as well, which was much better in terms of the outcome. What did you make of that performance? Because that's a hard place to go.
For the form they're in, I would have took a point before the game. So the fact we've came away with 3 points was a great result. Weren't a pretty game of football from either side. We did cling on for dear life. He went to a 5 back with 20 minutes to go, which I couldn't believe my eyes when it happened. But you know what? We're not gone. We defended well as a team and we won. None of this side-to-side stuff. We found a way to win, and that was the difference. I will say to Preston fans that if they do ever catch this, that cash-in decision was awful. That referee had a bit of a stinker, but you know what? After the whole result, where the referee had a stinker for us, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard the Preston manager after the game, though. The goal that you scored, he was saying that there's 3 things wrong with it. That it wasn't a free kick in the first place, it was offside, and there was a handball in it as well. So you count yourself a little bit lucky, maybe, on that regard.
The goal, I thought, was fine. I think VAR potentially rules it out, but they've also had chances to score, to be fair. You've had Jefferson pretty much have an open goal, and he's easily straight at Phil Neumann, so swings and roundabouts, I guess.
Yeah, fair dues. And right, it's Pompey then up next to St Andrews on Saturday. They're on a bit of a sticky form themselves. Is this the sort of game, Jason, you look at as a fan and say, look, this must be 3 points. If this isn't 3 points, then he's really going to have a section of fans turn against him.
Away from home, I think you can get away from it. Doesn't matter who it is at home. We need to be competitive, and we need to be beating Portsmouth, even Millwall, and their finals this season shows that we need to be beating these teams at home. He's got no choice. Last year it was a fortress, granted League One, but you've got to be doing well at home, and we've got to be beating. If we do not beat Portsmouth Saturday, I dread to think these reactions he's going to get on social media. Inside the stadium, he'll be all right. You'll have a lot of people, clappers, clapping him off, but social media, Jesus Christ, he'll get tenfold.
There's quite a lot which I've not published tonight, which are calling a lot stronger names. Right, October is now over. Then it'll be November the time we get there to Pompey. Who should be your October player of the month, Jason?
I had a little think earlier. It's clutching at straws, but if it's not Jay Stansfield for the few goals he scored, maybe Lyndon Dykes. I think he's not actually registered. He might have registered. Yeah, he's got a goal, maybe an assist. I'd have to go Patrick Roberts. He's the only one that's looked a bright spot right now.
Yeah, I think lots of people would agree, certainly, with that. It's Halloween on Friday, so that's caused us to ask this question. What's the worst horror show that you've seen as a Birmingham City fan? So in the comments, we'd love to read some of these out on next week's episode. But Jason, can you remember a time where you've just wanted the game to end and to get home as quickly as possible because it's been that bad?
So I'll always be grateful I wasn't there for the 8-0 beating by Bournemouth. But a game that will always stick with me is we got battered 4-0 at home by Derby, and it was Boxing Day, and it was snowing. The roof had like a weird leak, and I was getting wet from the leak. it was snowing as well. It was just horrific. They battered us all over the pitch as well. And you know what? I'll throw in another one. The bloody Wembley final recently. You could just tell we were never ever going to score, and that we just wasn't going to win it.
Okay.
I just wanted to get back on the motorway and just get it.
Okay. All right. What other horror shows can you remember then in the comments, please? Finally, we'll be doing the A to Z of Birmingham City. We're up to the letter D this week. Any good shouts, Jason, you can think of for this one? Player or manager or anyone that's had a big say on Birmingham?
Most obvious, probably Christoph Dugarry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then maybe like Dimmy Gray, Scott Dan, maybe if you're clutching at straws, but it's got to be Dugarry, hasn't it?
Dugarry, yeah, what a player he was for, was the start of Birmingham becoming a force, wasn't it? He joined you, super. Right, let us know in the comments if we've missed any, of course, as well, and we'll be checking out that Pompey result, of course, on Saturday, and be back here next week to talk about that as well. So do join us as well. Drop us a quick subscribe if you've just come across this channel. It's 15 to 20 minutes of Birmingham City chat, looking back at all the results. Thank you very much, Jason, for doing this solo this week as well. Everyone's away for half term, so we massively appreciate your solo efforts, and thank you, of course, very much for watching. Catch you next week.